Hi, my name is Richard Bromwell. I'm going to give you a quick walk and a talk through our huge collector's auction coming up on Friday the 22nd of September. Now, as usual in collector sales, you've got just about everything. We've got a huge amount of ceramics, we've got Chinese ceramics. This is a real shame, isn't it? You can probably see it from where you're standing, George. All this restoration around here. I suppose the good news is that it still exists. But that will severely devalue that. That in perfect condition is probably £1,000 to £1,500. In that condition, it's probably more like maybe £100. So loads of ceramics and glass. Up here, more ceramics and glass. But we mustn't forget to look at the top. We've got a big collection of die-cast and other model tractors and aeroplanes. These are really big models there. You've got Corgis, you've got Franklin. Up through here, we've got more collector's items. We've got port and starboard lamps. We've got lots of little soldiers. There we go. To young people today, this is what people used to play with when they didn't have smartphones. So a huge collection there. Again, this is always a perennial popular. The Little Mouseman tray. There we go. Quite nice. They've actually fashioned two little handles from the little mouse there. So that's Robert Mouseman Thompson from Kilburn up in Yorkshire. And a tray like that, probably between £150 and £200. Really nice item. Lazy Susans. We've got axes. Can't beat a bit of a man toys there. Some few mantiques, more toys up through here. And ceramics. We've got a big collection of cameras. We've got teddy bears. There's Teddy. Look at Teddy down the bottom. They're having a little cuddle there. He's quite happy, isn't he? We've got a lot of ship models, so a little ship diorama there. We've got a lot of clocks. This is a lovely clock. Excuse me. This clock here is an 18th century bracket clock here by William. Who is it by? Oh, yeah, there we go. William Smith. How could I possibly forget? By William Smith there. And a clock like that is probably between £2,000 and £3,000. And this is the other end of the spectrum, isn't it, really? The Jaeger-LeCoultre Atmos clock. Clock like that, probably sort of £300 to £500. So you've got 18th century and 20th century clocks right the way down throughout. Again, down through here, lots of big lots. Don't forget to look up, see all the pictures and bits and pieces. We've got globes, so when you're jet setting, there we go, you can see where you're going. We've got sort of Fijian style war clubs here. Again, a fascinating, this is another great, look at this, a lovely beam engine. Look at that, super. The engineering in that is absolutely superb. And for a model like that, that's probably sort of £500 to £800. But if you like that, you're going to absolutely love this. Oh, it's wonderful, probably one of the best live steam model trains I've seen in some time. It's a 3.5-inch gauge. If you watch some of our previous videos, you would have seen me talk about that, and that's between £3,000 and £5,000, that one. So that's a quick little hop, skip and a jump through to the main sale room. Through into here. Again, we've got nearly a couple and lots of furniture. These are always great fun. Who wouldn't want this in their house? There we are. A little stop me and buy one, a little ice cream stand here, and that's probably between sort of £200 and £300. We're going into autumn. The weather's changing. Maybe not the best time of year to invest in one of these if this is what you want to do for a business, but it's certainly ready to go in the new year. And again, through here we've got lots of garden items as well. You've got this wonderful pair of late Victorian style wirework garden planters. And up here, this is wonderful. Now, you talk about where is the market? You know, the market used to be sort of copper and brass. These days, it's more chrome and stainless steel, but this is the most magnificent late Victorian milk churn. And again, this is before we had the great big milk tankers. This is how you'd have your milk delivered. And it's got on here, J. Rose of Woodlands Farm. A friend of mine lives in Woodlands Farm, or rather in a Woodlands Farm, so I've certainly contacted him with that. This is estimated, I think, between £400 and £600, but you know, it could easily double that without too much difficulty. So, you know, as we say, when was the last time you saw such a cracking milk churn? And that's the great thing about these collector sales. We never really know what we're going to see. Through into here now, into the cabinets, we've got a huge collection of medals. This is one of my favourite medals growing up here. One of my favourite medals, the Queen South Africa. This one is particularly nice for me, really, because this was issued to the same regiment as my father served in. It's issued to a Guardsman, Coldstream Guardsman. And here we can follow the history through. He was at Belmont, he was at Modder River, and he's at Laing's Neck as well. For a medal like that, Queen South Africa with 3 bars to a Guardsman, you're probably looking around about sort of £250 to £300. And again, we've got over 50 medals just like that, all from one client. But if it's money you're interested in, what about this? Now, it's a 50p coin. So what's unusual about 50p coin? Well, we turn it over and it's still a 50p coin. But this is one of the rarest 50p coins you will find in your pocket today. This is a 2009 Kew Gardens limited edition commemorative 50p. They only made 210,000 of these, so when these were minted, you go to the bank and it'll be 50p. Now you're looking between 50 and 80 pounds. So if you've got one of those in your pocket, pull it out and send it through to us and we can certainly sell it to you. And again, going back, so that's that. Here we go. 21st century back to the 18th century. A lovely piece of Worcester porcelain, transfer printed here. Love the decoration. Now I'm probably quite traditional in what I like at auctions, and this is me all over. I love this lovely sort of ballast, really almost like a belly shape on it here, and for an 18th century English Worcester porcelain mug like this, it kind of, you just want to drink beer from it, don't you really? I mean, I really can see myself having an odd pint from that. That's between £200 and £300 again, so it's kind of interesting how something like your 50p is worth 50 to 80 pounds, something that is late 18th century English porcelain, transfer printed, lovely shape and design, is only £200 to £300. But that's where the market is. And also where the market is for boys' toys. And we've got a lovely Corgi gift set here. This is the number 16 with the Curiosity racing team, and you've got the cars in their boxes as well. Now, as we know, it's condition, and these are all in super condition. The box is a little bit play worn, but as a set, they're again looking £200 to £300. It's a set, believe it or not, we do see on quite a regular basis. They're not that rare, and quite often they're owned by single children. I'm sorry if I'm going to offend you for a single child, but generally single children put their items away rather than playing with them or having their older brothers and sisters throwing them around the room. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is this, because I've always been a fan of these. I'm afraid it doesn't get much worse than that. And this is this is sadly not in the greatest of condition. I mean, really, what's happened is that the little bit of silk holding it together has basically rotted over the years. This is Chinese. It's probably from the port of Canton. It's late 19th century, so I would have thought anywhere between sort of 1860 and 1890, somewhere in that sort of region. And it's a brisé fan with that very, very fine pierced decoration. This has come from a client down in Nos Mayo, down near Plymouth. First time I've ever been down to Nos Mayo, so if you know where it is, you know it's a lovely, lovely river estuary. And this is not in the greatest of conditions, but it's still £200 to £300. Again, these are making quite good money at the moment. It's interesting how the markets come and go. So that's a little bit of a quick Worcester stock tour through our auction coming up on Friday, the 22nd of September. We've got somewhere approaching, I think, around about 950 lots, and you can certainly have a little look at it online. And if there's anything you'd like to know about, give us a buzz or ping us an email. Hope you enjoyed it.